All right. I hope you're all enjoying this muggy day like I am. It's like a swamp out here, but I still prefer to make my videos outside in case the dog starts barking or something. So I wanted to talk to you about the argumentative essay that's coming up. This is the second unit is totally devoted to argumentation and persuasive strategy. Um, and so I had you read over in the discussion the chapter on persuasive writing, and there was a lot of insightful stuff there, and hopefully you learned a lot from it. But I have a specific formula. So this is like Professor Murphy's personal persuasive enhancement, you might say, that I like to use for the thesis and topic sentence claims. Remember I said that argumentative essays rest on argumentative claims. And so when we have a formula for structuring argumentative claims, it makes things a lot easier, right? What is an argumentative claim? It's an assertion that has to be proved with evidence. We talked about that last time. So problem, solution, so what? This is the formula that I like to use, and notice I have it color-coded. Hope you can see that with my crappy webcam. So the first thing we want to do is identify the problem. What is the problem? Is there a current social issue that you see going on around you? Is there a something pressing in the scientific community if you want to stay away from politics or that kind of thing? Find something that you feel personally motivated and identify it as a problem, a social issue. This is something that because I like to get you to think about this in terms of problem and then solution, because a lot of times I think we can identify what's wrong, but we don't really have any answers for how to fix it. So I want you to think about that, and that's why I include this in formula. So the problem, what is the problem? If you cannot come up with a topic or a problem, right, something to focus on, I will release some examples. Again, I don't like to do that because I find that people tend to try to figure out what I'm about and answer accordingly when I give away topics. So I don't really want to do that. I would prefer that you pick something that you personally have an interest in. If you cannot find anything whatsoever, and please try, but if you can't, I can give you a list of stuff that I think is pressing that we should address. It's a little bit outdated. I used it last semester, but it's there. So I would prefer that you try to find one yourself. So then once you find a problem, you must offer a solution to the problem, okay? Or a systemic correction. Now I say systemic correction because there are lots of problems that you could say the solution is that people should just get their act together, right? And say the problem that we are identifying is that there's too much pet waste in the park, okay? So what's the solution? Well, people need to pick up after their pets. And it's like, okay, that's great, but how are you going to make that happen? Right? The problem is that people aren't bothering to do it anyway. So how are you going to change the situation to make them pick the stuff up? And so that's why you think about a systemic solution. Well, okay, so maybe the problem is that there aren't those little baggies. I know this is getting terrible. Sorry. Those little baggies that are stationed around in dog parks and stuff for you to be able to do that easily. So maybe if we install those as a solution, we could fix the problem. So you see the solution as a systemic corrective, right? Something that you can offer that's like not necessarily just telling everybody to get it together, because obviously that would fix everything, right? Just get it together, guys. Figure it out. Okay. So you think of the problem, you think of the solution. And then the last one, I got to identify the current social issue problem, solution to the problem. And then the last one is, my cards are all over the so what factor. Okay, now this one is the most confusing usually. What is the so what factor? The so what factor is why we should care about something. Okay? Why should we care about something that's going on right now? What does this matter to us? Is this really pressing in our life? Is your solution really going to make the world better? Explain it. How? Tell me how. So that's the so what factor. And it's the most difficult part to get down. So why should we care? Why should we care about your problem and proposed solution? And make the case that this is for everybody's benefit, right? That's usually what the so what is. So here's an example. Okay, I know that was a lot. Hopefully you can watch this video a few thousand times to go up. So this is a thesis statement that I crafted that would be fine for some kind of essay or proposal or something that was using the persuasive argumentative strategy. Due to the highly infectious COVID-19, notice that's in red, that's my problem, right? Highly infectious COVID-19, and it is a problem, right? The solution is the school should offer free coronavirus testing, all right? There's a solution. We could make that happen somehow, probably, maybe not, I don't know. But that's the solution, right? And so then, all right, so what? Why should the school, sorry, I'm getting a little loud, why should the school offer free coronavirus testing? Well, the answer is in the so what factor, see? Thereby enabling WestJersey to isolate infected students, right? If we tested everyone, we could figure out who was sick, and we should say, hey, you, stay home. And then no one else could get sick, right? So that's the claim that I put forth. Now, you'll notice that my solution was not, well, people should be better about washing their hands. How are you going to make people be better about washing their hands? You're gonna like put somebody in the bathroom and be like, hey, wash your hands, on the way out? That's not the America we want to live in, is it? Okay, so hopefully this helps. Problem, solution. I make myself laugh, at least. That's worth something, right? Problem, solution, so what? Remember that as a formula both for the thesis and for the topic sentence claims. The thesis is like the big umbrella argument. The topic sentences are like the smaller pieces of that argument. So since one of the objects of the discussion this week is to come up with a thesis statement, I'm going to let you sort of mill on this for a while, and then we can talk a little bit more about topic sentences as to how we break down the thesis statement claim into topic sentence claims that are a little bit more focused, right? So have a lovely afternoon. Just stay indoors. It's like a swamp out here. At least I don't know if it rained like it did for everybody here, but I just stay inside. Swampy, there are mosquitoes. Have a good one.